Hi guys and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about House of the Dragon Season 2, the finale. Let's get straight into it. I think we start off with Thailand in Pentos talking to the Triarchy. Um, One thing about Corlys is he will have those seas on lock. He's got King's Landing under pressure. So Thailand's trying to figure out a way around the blockade, or at least getting an armada or something to fight Corlys, just so they can get something moving through King's Landing. Because the people, as you know, the people in King's Landing are starving and they're revolting against the Greens. They're upset. They're upset. They're like under King Viserys. And we were fed. It was peaceful and we were fed. This is crazy. Y'all said we needed a man around here, and there's a man around here, and we're unfed. So what's going on? Bring us Rhaenyra. They're upset. So, he's trying to figure out a way around the blockade or through the blockade to get something moving through King's Landing. And they're putting the pressure on him because they're like, for that, we're going to want to tax what comes through the harbour, which is a lot. Which the food is already expensive. So it's going to put more tax on top of that, which, honestly, but at least there will be some food moving through King's Landing if it works out in his favour. This is where we meet Lohar, Captain Lohar of the Armadas, and played by Philosophy Tube's Abigail. So I'm shocked. I'm like, I've not seen Abby in anything because I think she was in the Acolyte too. But this is exciting. I'm so happy for her. It was great to see her there playing the captain. Fun character. It's about business, about honor. She's like, fight me. You're not sailing with me unless I know you can throw hands or something. But yeah, that was great. That was a fun character. The pirates seemed like they could be fun, cool. So he, gets his deal with them, which is through humiliating himself. Through humiliating himself, he goes for it though. He does try in the mud fight, which was a bit silly. The mud fight was a little bit silly. I'll say that, but fair enough. If that's the way the pirates like to get down, that's how they like to get down. And then she says, "I'll sail with you," and then offers him her wives. The poor man has been fighting all day. Now he's got to fight, impregnate all these wives. You can see it in the man. He was so tired. You can see he was just like, wives. I think if he had been offered a wife, he'd have been like, yeah, but wives. He was like, it's been a long day. So that's settled. There's another piece on the board for the battle. We've got Corlys for the Blacks showing up, getting himself ready, and now we have the Triarchy, it seems, now on the side of the Greens. Ulf is... I think I'm really growing to like Ulf as a character because it makes sense. He's from, he's lowborn and he's not been trained for these circumstances. You know what I mean? He's a lone born guy who's been told all his life he's a Targaryen, and now he's got a dragon. He's feeling himself a little bit. It's very funny. Because he's like he's made in a lab to bring up every insecurity that Jace has about himself. As a bastard. Immediately for him to just like not recognize the prince, and then once he does, to just not see them now in this moment, he might need to bow and humble himself, but to call him boy, and then after calling him boy to mention the hair, to say they're of the same blood. I know Jace was thinking of every slur he has heard about the common folk in his life, in his head at that moment. He was so upset with him. But also, get the fuck over it also. Like, it's just one thing that is clear as day about any of your highborns is that you kind of just do what the fuck you want to do, and then you find justifications for it afterwards. And it's like, yeah, so you got black hair. It's whatever. You got a dragon still. Your mother is your mother. You came out of your mother. She is a Targaryen. And, I think Baylor really kind of, sent to the best. You're not the only highborn lord to, not be fathered by who everyone thinks you're fathered by. You know what I mean? You gotta chill out on that one, dude. They was gonna fight you for the crown anyway. They was just fighting your mum for the crown. It's yeah, but that was the way Ulf had this. Oh, I had him upset. But yeah, Ulf as ever is kind of enjoying more and more. But this is where we find out that Aemond has burnt down a town in revenge for almost getting jumped and them having more dragons. He was like, you know what, Vhagar, she's up and she's out, and we've got her up in the sky, so we might as well burn and eat something. I don't know. But how Aemond's upset. He didn't expect for them to kind of show themselves up in this way, and so he's done a revenge attack because it doesn't seem really like it was an important place that he took. He just kind of burnt it down to burn it down. So everyone's on high alert that things are about to get cracking. The tension is in the air. Yes, this is Daemon finally has his come to Jesus moment, so to speak, with the werewood tree. He gets the vision. He sees the story, the Song of Fire and Ice, and it's been a long season getting him to this point, but I am glad we're at this point with him. And I did enjoy the vision, even though it did. I think, unfortunately for House of the Dragon, and what will always be kind of unfortunate, is that the big, anytime we talk about this vision and the greater thing that the greater thing the Targaryens have to do in terms of the vision of Aemon's vision is that we've seen the end result of what that is. So anytime they talk about the Song of Fire and Ice, I'm just like, yes, it's important. It's definitely not a single night battle that they win very, very easily. It's definitely a terror for all the realm to worry about. It's a shame. It's a shame. But it was nice seeing even the way they incorporate the clips. Even just seeing Dany when she first birthed her dragons. It's nice. It was nice. It was nice to see. And finally, he's made it to the place where he understands. Your king consort. At least you got king in your name somewhere. Be happy with that. Support your niece wife. Enough now. Finally. Which is good because old I forgot the knight's name and I don't care because he's a traitor and I don't like him. He's come to be like, Rhaenyra has sent me to shore up to find out whether you're still backing her and da 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 da. But honestly, if you as a man who does battle and he's in battle and a man who does battles would want to desert your own life, we'll stand behind you. I mean, you're a man as a man to a man, eh? And you can see how he really thought he was about to get Daemon, because Daemon has been on that shit. You don't really know where Daemon's gonna fall other than with himself and what he wants. So it has been looking like he's been willing to snake Rhaenyra this whole time. So the way this man was like, you're gonna support, you're gonna the look on his face when Daemon actually gets on bended knee and the way he tries to slip out through that crowd, because it's time for him really. As ever, Sir Strong, bless him, Daemon is got his blood pressure up and down, but he goes to tell Rhaenyra because he's loyal, the good man, and we like Sir Strong. He was like, not this. This whole the stress he's been under with this man. He's like, not here at this moment in time. After you just got all the lords of the Vale, not the Vale, all the River landlords behind you under the impression that they're behind Rhaenyra and you're going to try and pull this shit. Mm-mm. So he goes and he sends a raven to let Rhaenyra know your husband's on some fuck shit as per usual. Alicent. Dear Alicent. So Alicent and Helena, Alicent is trying to maybe let Helena know, you know, maybe we should get out here, you know what I mean? Kick out, throw the deuces up. Which, you know, I think Alicent is, you know, she had a little eat, pray, love last episode. And she, you know, she's coming to some conclusions that I think she's had in her mind for a while. But, you know, I think she's now that the men that she was she thought she was on equal footing with have all let her know. No. You're a woman. Your opinion unimportant. We don't care. Now that's hit her in the face a few times. She's like, yeah. I might make some mistakes. So she's trying to, you know, maybe let Aunt Helena, we should maybe, you know, get out of here because, you know, things are not great. But this is where Aemond interrupts because he's like, you can tell Aemond is under pressure. He's stressed. He is like, I think seeing all those dragons, he's like, oh, they might jump me. Because these are some, Rhaenyra is an experienced rider. Daemon's an experienced rider. Baelor be riding. Like, for all that they've got a few new riders, actually, they've got some experienced riders over there. He did take out one of their most experienced. He did take out one of their most experienced riders. He did take out the Queen. Never was. But there are other dragon riders there that can do the thing, and especially in combination. So it's really got him under pressure. So he's like, Helena, you need to. I know you don't do the violence thing, but I don't care. Get on a dragon. And Helena's like, bless Helena. The only green we like, the only green we support. Just like, dude, she witnessed one of her babies murdered. You want to fling the girl on a dragon? Sir. And this is where we witness Alicent, you know, every once in a while being a good mom, at least trying. Because she's like, bruh, not Helena, not the one of us in King's Landing who is actually worth something. You're not doing this with Helena. And, you know, Aemond's like, it's like, dude, you really thought your sister was going to get on a dragon? Your sister Helena, who'd be talking to the creatures and the creepy crawlers and who'd be away vision dreaming and walking. You thought she was going to what? Get on a dragon and kill someone. It was silly. It was a silly thought to begin with, Aemond. Because if you did get your sister on a dragon, she was only going to spin in circles anyway. Helena was only going to spin in circles anyway. So what did you think Helena was going to do on a dragon? Anyway, so he drops it for now. Leaves it alone. And we see Alicent is trying to going on another little journey outside of King's Landing again. Ooh, where's she going? So back at Dragonstone? Not Dragonstone. Yeah, Dragonstone. Rhaenyra's having a little chat with her new dragon riders. Well, all of the dragon riders she's got at the moment with no husband. You know, saying where we're at next one. She's like, you know, yeah, this war's we're gonna have to kill people. Yes, innocence. Which Baelor's like, innocence? It's like, babe, yeah, Baelor, babe, yes, innocence. Innocence gonna have to die. It's a war. A war that involves flying nuclear weapons, like Spitfire. So, yeah. And I mean, do you believe that you've not already killed an innocent or two, Baelor? Do you believe you've not already killed an innocent or two already, Baelor? Or maybe my Baelor has accuracy and precision like that. You know what I mean? She did, you know. Anyway, Ulf again showing his whole tail at this table, calling for birds, and he's really feeling his new position in life. And Rhaenyra is trying to, you know, softly let me know, you know, have some airs and graces about you, you know what I mean? And you do this well, and you know, you guys can be knights. And he's like, well, you want knight behavior, make me a knight. Which is true. If you want that, just do it now. Make me a knight now. What are we talking about after? I might die. Let me enjoy being a knight for like 2 days before they go to war, she said. Yeah. Let me enjoy it for 2 days. Shit. You're sending me out there to die, maybe, potentially, anyway. Fucking... But she did also give them dragons, to be fair. I mean, either way. And Adam... Oh, Adam. He's, busy quietly, silently letting them know, I'm the one, I'm him. He gets into the orphanage, who we'll see who's ready to go when time is ready to go. And I don't know. Even if Ulf did kind of was not prepared for this kind of war, did kind of chicken out a little bit. It's like, well, you did kind of pick a common person who hasn't been trained to do any of this and put them on a dragon. If one or two or three of them kick out and fuck off, yeah. And now I think it's again the kind of, and this is, I do like Rhaenyra, but she do be lacking ruling skills. She does. For the longest time, I get that she's been on a, I don't want to kill innocents, I don't want to get into this fighting thing else, I would like to be peaceful, but you are, it's just this lack of vision of like, they're already fighting you on this because you're a woman. And then you're trying to have discussions with people on the other side who, based off the fact you're a woman, don't want to let you have your crown sit in your throne. And you think you're going to have discussions with them, a peaceful discussion, and get out of this fight. No, you're going to have to fight them, babe. You're going to have to fight them. It seems like finally, we're getting there with Rhaenyra. Knowing that, yeah, it's going to kick off. You're going to have to fight. It's going to be done. So bloody. But you're going to have to get the man up out the way and off your throne through blood. So yeah, she gets the Raven from Harrenhal, and she kicks off, and she takes the one who seems to be the most sensible at this moment in time, Adam. With her for backup to go and check on her husband. Also, she had a talk with her hand, Corlys, beforehand, and gave her some solid advice, and yet again reminded her that it's war and we're in wartime and we're going to have to do war. Lord, everyone has to tell her all the time, and yes, we're going to have to fight. But he's giving her good advice. She's like, yeah, Aemon's going to be fucking pissed. Yeah, you having no dragons isn't going to back him down. It's going to make him more upset. It's going to make him a bit jumpier. It's going to push harder. But he seems to have talked some sense into her, so that's good. While we're here with Corlys, let's talk about Corlys. Deadbeat daddy of a lifetime. Alan had some feelings, and I'm glad he got them up off his chest, because I think Corlys needed to hear them. Because, brother, you was really walking past them children, knowing they were starving, and just walking past with your little mixed kids with the furs on while your little black children was just starving. That's crazy, Corlys. That's crazy. Feeding them sweetmeats, just flinging your little children in front of them. Crazy. And then to not acknowledge them until they're doing for you. These boys that you didn't do anything for, not to acknowledge them until they start doing for you, and they could do good things for you. They're crazy, Corlys. And now he wants to name the boat in honor of his wife. When he could have listened to his wife in his lifetime, and that she might still be here if he had listened to his wife in his lifetime. And oh my God, actually, let's say just give them boys your name, but I think at this point they wouldn't take it. All this man who wants is a legacy, and that he's sitting in front of someone who could be his legacy, and he's like, never, never, ever, ever. But I think that's kind of fair for all the climbing he's done, but the recognition of his wife, his family, his sons in a way that recognizes them as people, which I think he's coming to understand. I think that's one of the lessons Corlys is learning. But it was funny to watch. It was funny to watch him get red. It was funny to see him be red because he needed to be. He did. So back to Rhaenyra. She goes to Harrenhal to check on her dear uncle husband, and of course, finally we've met a newly devout Daemon. He's newly devout to his wife again. So she's like, I heard some things, heard they got a new army. Nice. I see lots of people. That's cool. But just who are you sworn to? And like this, she backed off, so the whole room could hear. He was like, but this is where Damon be getting her, and also the crowd, because this redevotion thing he did. I was like, okay, he's back on. He's back on your team. It's this again. Is this again for the uncle niece team? So he re-swears his allegiance. The old traitor who was like, "Hey man, you should take the crown." He's just cutting for his shroud. He's ready. He knows his time's up. But yeah, so that's another thing on the table now for the blacks. I think Rhaenyra has the Northmen behind her, the Vale, the Riverland. That's a hell of an army. It's a hell of an army, ground army, I have to say. Her uncle husband is back in her side, so that's Caraxes back with them. Yeah, it's I won't say it's looking good for our girl, because this is it's just the Game of the Thrones, the House of the Dragons. It's never that simple, but as we go into this battle in 2 days, it seems like things are starting to fall into place a little bit more on this side. And so now, she's like, okay, that's cool. So she goes on, back to Dragonstone, and who should come knocking in the night but Alicent? And it's great that Alicent is here now in this space where she kind of understands, misogyny is not going to get you nowhere. And, kind of always got that it was she hung and clung to what she was taught, to get by in this world. But I don't know, it seemed as she was in King's Landing experiencing it, that maybe she might have caught onto that, like, these people be lying, and this honor thing they be on is not as true as it may seem. And it seems like she sat in the guts of how, like, fake all of this stuff could be in King's Landing, and it's like, maybe you should have clocked a little bit sooner that you could have got yours off. As fucked up as it was that they married you after Viserys, and you had that old skeleton on top of you doing the do or whatever. It seems like you could have gotten to this place of understanding that, you could have gotten yours as well as you are now. And maybe, I guess, but half of it is it's a mix up of like the jealousy and the upset, and Rhaenyra kind of gets to pop her pussy anywhere she wants to and do what she likes, and everything around her is gonna kind of fall into place but she's the princess, so it's like, yeah, they're gonna move shit around to make sense for Rhaenyra. She still has her duties and stuff, but I think Alicent's come to that understanding. As Rhaenyra was popping her pussy, she could have been popping her pussy too. It's we got here eventually. Misogyny is not going to do you nothing. It's not going to help you the way you think it, the way you think it will. But she offers up to Rhaenyra that she will allow her away into King's Landing to claim her throne, while Aemond is going to Harrenhal to start the battle. But yeah, Rhaenyra's not really trying to hear it, which is finally, because Rhaenyra's on this. I get it now. The war's happening. I'll have to take some heads, specifically your son's heads. I'll have to take those. And Alicent does try for a little bit. She's like, Aemond, I can talk to him. I can tell him things. Okay. She doesn't say that Rhaenyra can have him, but she just like low-key say, yeah, you can kill him. But even from last season, we found Aemond really is not her favourite. She don't really like Aemond. Not Aemond, Aegon. Aegon's not her favourite. She would offer up Aegon to save Helaena. Yeah. So her and Helaena can, yeah, should give Aegon. But ultimately in this, I think Rhaenyra is also understanding that Alicent holds no power. And she doesn't, like, she's saying, I can open these gates. But she's saying that she can open these gates and have all this happen. I'm like, with what power? Who there listens to you anymore? Like, who that is in King's Landing no one listens to her. So this, I'll open the gates and I will do this, was a bit fanciful for me from Alicent. Like, no one has been listening to you. They're not about to listen to you now. She'd have been better off asking for safe harbour. Do you mind? I fucked up. It's crazy. Can me and Helena chill here? She'd been better off asking for that than this fantasy in which she holds any power in King's Landing to make anyone do anything at this point. But she offers that up and she says, it's crazy how I got this all started with that thing saying that your dad changed his mind at the last minute. I know it's crazy. I'm so sorry because he loved your mum all the way up to the end. When I was like, and you thought at the last minute he changed his mind. At the last minute he changed his mind, Alicent. So yeah, I don't think this went as Alicent might have hoped, but I think in terms of them and their lifelong friendship and kind of the woes of them, growing to be women who do hold more power than most women do in that realm. Significantly more power than most women do in the realm. But, still kind of having to sit under the duress of men. I think an understanding has come before the two. But I think, ultimately, Alicent understands, her son's gotta go. They gotta go. It needs to be done. But honestly, it just can't happen peacefully. It's gonna be a battle. Aegon, yes, Aegon. Aegon is on his way out of King's Landing because Larys is like, your brother's gonna try to kill you. It's gonna happen real soon. Things are really heating up. This battle is about to pop off. We need to get you out of King's Landing somewhere safe so your brother can fight your sister. And then once that's over and the dust is settled, we come back and then we put you in place. Because one thing this nation is misogynistic, and we can put a man on. We can put you in your state on the throne, and I'll take it over a woman. So, and he has to do this little talk around thing. Because one thing that will always still get to Aegon is, you pump that head up a little bit. You just pump that head up a little bit, and the people they'll call you and it's like the realm's delight, and he's back in. Larys had him just like that again, just be in that boy's mind. But it works. They start making their way outside of King's Landing to come back at points and times unknown. Oh, yes. Also, right at the end, we see Otto is imprisoned. Because the whole season, not the whole season, but since he went off and said he was off to Old Town and we ain't heard from him. And every 2 minutes, someone's like, send word for Otto. I'm sending a letter to my father. Has anyone heard from Otto? And it turns out he was captured. I am guessing it's Larys. I think it's Larys. I don't know. I'm thinking who else. Because, Larys is trying to shore up his bid for king, and his bid for king is Aegon. Who's already in that boy's mind. He doesn't really want it to be Aemond. Aemond with a good advisor could be trouble. And Otto is a good fucking advisor, so getting in the way of giving, Aemond an upper hand. Makes sense. Also, Mysaria does not quite like Otto because Otto was on some. I think he was the one who burnt down her her brothels, didn't he? And he fucked with her shit. But would Mysaria need to do it? But I mean, just for the funsies of getting someone back who fucked you over, maybe Mysaria did it. But I think it's probably most likely. Pardon me. I think it's probably most likely that it is Larys. Which, it's that strategizing, it's that thinking, take a good, smart player off the board. But yeah, this is where we end now, where we finally, I think the next season, 2 years and 2 long years, will, be the start of this Dance of the Dragons. I mean, we got a taste of it this season. When we lost Rhaenys and Meleys, the queen that never was, the realest that ever was. But yeah, it's about to be a battle in 2 years. I can see why people are upset that nothing major happened in the finale, but I'm not. I think it's satisfying. I think Game of Thrones, House of Dragon, these things are at their best when they really do take their time to lay the groundwork properly. So I think that season in 2 years, when it comes, it's gonna hit. I think it's gonna be good. But yeah, it's been a good season. I think I've enjoyed the places that they put the characters in at this point. And I think, it's It's telling the story very well. I am intrigued. I am invested. I'm here for the Team Blacks. I want to see Rhaenyra on her throne, wearing her crown, you know? And because this is House of Dragons, I think she'll get there, and I think she'll sit there for 2 minutes. But, you know, at least as long as she does get to. I don't know, Alicent's plan of like being like, I don't want to be anyone special anymore. I just want to be in the woods, being able to do what I want to do whenever I want to do it. Seems like the best life to live in the Game of Thrones world, but you know, you don't get to make those choices, you know, you get the life that you're given. You got to work with that. Anyway, thanks for watching. How do you feel about the season? Were you upset that we didn't get any like big bams and wows for the last episode, or was it all right for you? I thought it was all right for me. How did you feel about the whole season? I enjoyed the whole season. I thought it was great. Anyway, let me know in the comments, you know, where you're at. I hope you have a great week, a great day. Goodbye.